want to just leave the tray? St. Maria would talk about the idea that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're there for a reason. You know, God put you there for a reason. And you get to find out what that is. I was very nervous about how my own convictions, about my faith, my morals, were going to interact with the craziness of Berkeley. You know, it's like, okay, I want to meet people, I want to make new friends, but how do I make it clear to them that I want to live this way, or that I have these certain beliefs? You know, they're going to think I'm crazy. Problems and whatever, academic, moral. And then slowly, you know, with people I would meet, with the different girls in my dorm, what I've come to realize is that I just want to, when I'm talking to somebody, I just want to say, this is what I believe, and not make any apologies for it. Who needs it, or who, you know, and I found that that's attractive to people.
You've just had a very difficult tragedy in your family life.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what happened.
Almost exactly a year ago, my mother passed away at the age of 49. So, the ripe old age of 49. I remember still getting the call. I was sitting at a Starbucks, up actually just over the hill, studying for finals. And, you know, hearing that she was in the hospital, it was a blow. Within a month and a half, she was gone. And it was tough. It was a tough week, it was a tough month, it was a tough year. I was very angry at God. I thought, you know, how could he need her more than we do? Like, what was God thinking? Was he on vacation that day? You know, I got to a point where I wasn't praying. And I just remember sitting in my car one day, just crying, you know. And I had my little Palm Pilot, so it's sort of modern day crying, because I was kind of journaling. I was thinking, like, what is wrong? What's, you know, why aren't things working out? Even just sort of within me. And I thought, there's something missing. And then it kind of dawned on me. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to starve your soul, you know, when you don't pray. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a lot more clear to me now. So I remember kind of sitting down and being like, I can't do all this myself. I'd like to think that I can, but I can't, and I need your help. So I just have to give these things to you. And I think that actually took a big load off, to say, like, it's not all my responsibility. You know, I'm going to do what I can do, and then say, okay, you have to take the rest of that.
Oh, this smells so good.
Isn't it so good? And a lot of times with St. Maria, I think that call to holiness, that universal call to holiness, and I also read that as the universal call to happiness.
She's the executive chef.
You know, like that through this route, if you want to live a certain way, you will be the most happy that you can be.
Bless
Bless the Lord in these thy gifts which you are about to receive from the bounty of Christ our Lord. Amen.
St. Josemaria would say that God calls us, all Christians, through baptism. And then, personally, one by one, he calls us by name. And then, in the midst of our ordinary lives, he calls us again to be women of God and to be men of God.
It was a little bit of both a heart grab and a head grab. This was the first time in my life someone had told me that I am called to be a saint. And the way that I do that is through my ordinary work. that God has called me to do here in the middle of the world without becoming a priest or joining a monastery or anything. This is what I am supposed to be doing to become a saint. Nobody had ever told me that before, and that profoundly affected me. My wife and I had always wanted to live in the country and have some acreage where our kids could run around and raise some of our own food. Got to the point in my professional work where it didn't really matter where I lived. I tell you, I don't think being a husband or being a father comes naturally to most men. I think it's a very difficult thing. And I'll say very honestly, like a lot of men, I am not naturally a kid person. But the teachings of St. Josemaria have helped me see that fatherhood and being a husband is my vocation. It's where God wants me to be, and it's the way God wants me to live my life. So I'm not the best husband that I can be yet, but I'm... No, I never. And she'd be the first to say it. But,
the imperfections of Chris.
Yes.
What's the number one imperfection?
The camera's still rolling. I think it's really it's selfishness with my own time, wanting to have my own time and my own place where I can go and be by myself. St. Josemaria says somewhere, you know, God is a great stone cutter. He uses a chisel like he's making a statue, and he sees the perfect image underneath the block of granite. For a lot of us, marriage and family life and the challenges of it are the hammer and the chisel that God uses to shape us into the more generous and more attentive and more loving kinds of people that he wants us to be.
I tell my kids all the time that it's not my job to make them happy. It's not their job to make me happy. And things can't make us happy, and money can't make us happy, and people can't make us happy. The only thing that can make us happy is loving and obeying God. St. Josemaria was instrumental in my coming to understand that. I always wanted to marry somebody who was really committed to God,
examination of conscience,
and knew his faith well and could really be the spiritual leader of the family.
that I'm in the presence of God.
I mean, I'm no wallflower. I'm no kind of shrinking violet, you know. I'm a lawyer. I have opinions and express them willingly all the time. But I wanted to marry somebody who was strong in the faith and committed to marriage till death do us part. He's not in it for the long haul. He's in it for the forever haul.
Usually I round up the kids, move the sheep from one area to another so they can go get some fresh grass, go open up the buildings, let the chickens out. See, St. Josemaria has told us we need to be a contemplative in the middle of the street, which can be pretty tricky sometimes, you know, if you're literally in a street. In a farm, it's much easier. The agricultural parables from the Bible are all around you. A couple summers ago, we had a sheep went down with an injury. The vet wrote her off and said, you know, if you want to try, you can, but don't expect her to make it. But and we took that as the gauntlet being thrown down, and I was out here nursing her, literally, you know, back to health, and she made it. She's out there with the other sheep now, and you understand about leaving the 99 and going to tend to the one that really needs the help. And you know, I could go on like that for hours about the different ways that, you know, things on the farm remind you of, you know, the spiritual life and really help feed one's prayer.
I started learning to cook about 5 years ago. The gardening has just been the last 3 years, and the canning has been the last 2 years. I'm kind of a work in progress. I get almost no moments alone. Some people knit for that, some people jog for that, I garden for that. And sometimes I pray and sometimes I just think. And sometimes I don't think, I just work.